Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of
Mom and Son Podcast. This is Rose Fres Fausto, the mom, also known as FQ Mom.
And this is Anton Fausto, the son. I'd want to greet everybody a happy 1 month of our quarantine.
Happy man setting.
Yes, here at home. Hope
and
everybody's
also
doing safe.
Happy Easter.
Sunday
was Easter Sunday.
Belated happy Easter. Hope everybody's having sakto nga na it's about new beginnings because we are really forced to have a new beginning now. It wasn't anyone's choice, but then we are here now, so let's make the most out of it.
Yep. So for today, what are we gonna talk about, Anton?
So today we're gonna go back to finance naman.
Okay.
So last week we had a more religious topic, religious discussion. Today we're gonna go back to finance, and this is something. One of the reasons why I want to go back, for our podcast, we'll go back to finance, is just like how it's been a month already, we've been in this quarantine, let us continue our lives, let us, go back to our everyday lives, but then hopefully we do it in an improved way, learn a thing or two with this lockdown, with this quarantine, and improve. And one of those things is learning new topics, learning new things. So let us go to our topic on sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy. What is this? This is our tendency to continue a behavior, an endeavor, sometimes even relationship as a result of previously invested resources. Meaning to say, you are not anymore just looking at kunyari investment ito, hindi lang yung return yung tinitignan mo. You are overly giving a lot of weight on the resources that you've already invested. That is what we call in behavioral economics as sunk cost fallacy.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Fallacy kasi meaning to say mali. Mali yon. So it is a wrong conception.
So this is more on the emotional side naman of people.
Yes.
And I remember
that affects decision making on investments, relationship, etc.
I would imagine kasi, and we talked about this a lot of times na rin when our family would talk about money, is that we would imagine that people are rational beings. Now we make the logical decisions because they're the right things to do. But more often than not, and this is something I've learned na rin through experience, we are emotional people. Na no matter what type of person you are, if you're the type to plan more, if you're the more spontaneous type, everybody
is affected.
Yes, is affected by their emotions. And this really shows in the way we spend our money.
Yeah. Alam mo, in Tagalog siguro, what I can think of is the word sayang. So, yung sayang na yan, masyadong nabibigyan ng malaking timbang.
There's no English word for sayang, no? There's no one term or phrase that fully encapsulates the meaning of sayang.
So the sunk cost fallacy is giving too much weight on sayang, the sayang factor. Just because you've given a lot of time, effort, even money on something, you tend to continue doing it even if rationally wala na, talo na, di ba? And maybe the better way to explain this behavioral economics principles to our listeners is to give examples, no?
Okay.
Sige. So, syempre, you said kanina, let's go back to finance.
Let's start with the financial,
the
finance topic.
The investment.
Okay.
For example, ikaw, Anton, bumili ka ng stock A.
Okay.
Because you studied stock A at alam mo na ito ay magsasucceed, this will be having this much earnings, management.
The industry has a good future daw.
Yes, and management is really very good. Pero may nangyaring iba. It changed fundamentally. But you, because you are emotionally invested in this already, not just emotionally kasi naglagay ka na rin ng pera, you tend to persist. Ipipilit mo pa rin kasi you are putting more weight on what you've given into this investment already. So, in fact, this is what we call as maglalagay ka pa, sasabi pa, average down. Nag-iba na yung storya ng company. So, this is what we call as throwing good money in bad.
Wait, what does average down mean for the listeners? Yes. Like me, that I've heard it, but I'm not 100% sure I know what it means.
So, halimbawa, you buy stock A at a price of 10 pesos. Pero yun nga, may nangyari, nag-iba na yung fundamentals ng company, it went down to 5 pesos.
Okay.
So, ikaw, instead of sasabihin mo, teka, iba na to, kailangan ko nang ibenta. Because of sunk cost fallacy, you may continue to even buy more.
You think tataas
shares. Oo, kasi sasabihin mo, if I was able to buy it at 10, now I can average down.
I can actually buy it cheaper pa.
So buy it cheaper now, and then if you get the average, di ba?
Pero di mo alam, it's just going down actually. It's not gonna go back up.
Because nag-iba na yung fundamentals ng company. Kunyari, binenta sa isang management team na you don't trust or nag-iba yung industry, yon.
I think kasali dito yung struggle for people to admit that they were wrong. Kasi in that example, in investing in a stock, you already made a decision na, okay, I believe this is going to go up. Like, it's not just the company na, they're not gonna earn their stock's not gonna go up. If you wanna pull out and cut your losses, you're gonna think, so, mali pala ako. I have to admit that.
So it's admitting. And you know what? It's the same thing. What happens, for example, if you voted for the wrong candidate, and then that candidate is nagwawala na, you will continue to say na hindi. You will fight para bang you will give excuses because you've invested in it eh.
Yeah, I remember going to a COL talk before, a forum on how to, I tried for a bit how to analyze stocks. As of right now, I would say not really for me, but then that's right now. Hindi ako masyado into the studying the numbers every day. Anyway,
but you are for investing.
I'm for investing, not for trading.
Stock picking.
Day-to-day. They talked about how it's good na you maximize your gain, but very important also, you should know how to cut your losses. Like it's part of it that you are the goal of the game, the goal of investing and trading is to earn. But just like in life, you are gonna make mistakes. You are going to have these failures here and there. It's very important to recognize kung saan ka nga nagkamali and to cut your losses. And the first step, which I believe would be the hardest step, is to know which one is the mistake now. Kung saan ka na talaga nagkamali.
Kasi kung minsan din kahiyaan di ba? Kahiyaan na to. Sige na, tuloy mo pa rin.
And I think you mentioned this in your article before that people feel parang doble yung impact ng loss kesa sa gain.
And that is what we call naman loss aversion.
Yeah.
It's connected to this. You're right. Kasi syempre, pag sinabi mo na, pag inadmit na niya na mali ito, you realize na niya yung loss niya. Masakit yun It is twice as painful. The impact of a loss is twice as painful as the impact of a gain. What does it mean? 1,000 pesos. Kunyari, nag-gain ka ng 1,000 pesos.
It feels good.
It feels good. Let's say, 1,000 pogi points. But if you lose 1,000 pesos,
mas masakit na kasi you had it na
2,000 pain points ang katapat.
I would wanna relate it and compare it with something I really, really miss right now, which is basketball. It's been so long na. Hindi lang 1 month kasi it's been a while na. Before we even had the quarantine, I haven't got... Alam mo yung, by the time the lockdown started, medyo namimiss ka na. So anyway.
Tapos doble ngayon.
Yeah, in basketball, whenever, let's say you have a good look, you get the ball, normally you would make that shot and then you shoot it. For me, mas masakit yung mas masakit yung mga shots na miss ko compared to compared to those shots that you're supposed to make. And when you make it, okay, you did your job. You're supposed to make that. You practiced for it. Ganon. Compared to mas intense yung I missed the shot. Yung impact niya sa akin compared to yung making that shot. And it reminds me of this, I forgot which basketball player. I'm sure a lot of people have mentioned this, that there are people who hate losing more than they like winning, and that would be one of the motivations for them not to fail, not to lose.
But that's also dangerous kasi sometimes pag ganyan masyado yung thinking natin, we are so risk averse that we don't take risks anymore, even if they're very calculated.
And I think you would be focusing on the negative kung ganon.
So other examples that we can think of, alam mo, ito nakakatawa. We have this experience. When you enter a movie house, you enter a movie house to be entertained. So you paid, let's say, how much na ba is the movie house now? 350 or something?
Yeah, like 300.
Okay. So, nandun ka na sa loob. Tapos, my God, nangyari to sa yung nauso-uso yung mga indie film. And there was this one indie movie na, oh my God, talagang parang iniwan lang yung camera.
Naka-on.
Oo, natutulog sila. Oh my God, sabi ko, talagang...
Tapos kayo lang ni Papa yung nasa movie house? Or there's like one other person,
There were
diba?
2 others, and then the other one left na rin. And it's like, oh, talagang sunk cost fallacy na talaga to kung hindi tayo umalis dito. Kasi di ba, para iniisip mo ngayon yung naipasok mo ng pera, tsaka yung nag-spend ka na ng a few minutes, pero sabi ko, tara na, hayaan mo nang maiwan siya, baka kamag-anak niya yung artista or movie maker.
Another funny example I would have would be my experience with buffets.
Oh.
And as a kid, I really loved buffets. But then as I kind of grew older and I've been kind of more conscious on my figure, ganun. When I go to buffets, hindi ko na masyadong, there was a time na hindi ko na siya masyado ma-enjoy. Kasi when you go on a buffet is a buffet because you can eat all you can. You can keep going back.
Yeah.
You can eat all the, that's why whenever I start a buffet kasi, I don't pick up a plate yet. I roam around the entire
so
buffet muna.
allocate.
I survey. But then how I used to measure and how I used to plan how I'm going to fill up my plate is I just look for whatever I like. Oh, masarap to. Oh, may pizza. Sige, kunin ko yan. Oh, I like sushi. Kunin ko yan. Oh, may ribs. Kunin ko yan. It's not... And then, so what I would do is, I'd fill up my plate and then I'd go again to make sure I really eat everything that I can eat. Everything that I like. So that I know na, I can say na nakain ko lahat ng gusto ko. But, I end up eating way too much than I normally would. Then I would even like, na nangyayari is, hindi na masaya and enjoyable yung experience. Compared to how I did it a little later on na, okay, I'll look at all the choices and then I plan out, okay, which ones will I prioritize? And which amount of food am I gonna be busog na? So I don't go over na even if I would think that, sayang hindi ko nakain lahat. For me, mas sayang kung nag-buffet ka pero hindi ka nag-enjoy.
Parang nasuka ka na. Yeah, another one, syempre, parang related din to yung kanina sa movie house, yung reading a book. Di ba, kunyari, there's this book recommended by a friend, tapos naka 1-2 chapters ka na, pero talagang parang hindi ko yata feel ito, no? Kuminsan nasa sunk cost tayo dyan. And we would continue reading it kahit na para bang ayaw mo na talaga. Just because nasayangan ka na dun sa binayad mo sa libro, dun sa oras na ginugol mo. And
I have about this. I have a question about this. When it comes to something like reading a book, how can you tell if it's sunk cost fallacy or if it's katamaran lang? Because you read a lot of books. I don't really. I've just started recently again, and it's graphic novels that I'm reading now. So I would say baby steps before I go back to real books. Kasi whenever I read a book, no matter what the book is, kung one chapter tamad na ako eh. But I would think
opposite ka
there's
naman.
There's that risk kasi na you might think na sunk cost fallacy lang siya. But what if you need to keep going? Kasi you need to you have to persevere. There might be that confusion na
we have to be very clear on that.
Basta't mukhang may konting loss, basta't mukhang may kailangan mo i-sacrifice, isipin mo, sunk cost fallacy to. Let's say I'm gonna what if it was in school, diba?
Yeah.
I just kept switching courses kasi meron akong hindi gusto sa course.
Yun. So, very good that you brought that up. So, when it comes to books, it depends on what purpose you're reading that book for. So, if it's your school book, no choice ka.
Okay, yan nga.
Kesyo sunk cost fallacy, wala yan. Kailangan tapusin mo yan because you need that in order to pass your course. Diba? But if you are reading a book for entertainment, pang-relax, hindi ka na na-entertain, uminit na ulo mo. Just because you paid, kunyari, mahal yung libro na yun. Hardbound ba? Hardbound siya, over 1,000. Wag na. How much ba is the worth of your inis? Basta, yung
and
pagkabad
think na lang,
mo.
I would suggest, think na lang of the value of your time.
Correct.
But there are times kasi, my personal example would be one of my favorite. Now, it has become, I would put it on one of my all-time favorite TV shows, The Office. The Office starring Steve Carell.
And who's the guy?
John Krasinski. Yeah. He's the one in A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place. Na magkakaano sila dapat they're supposed to have a sequel, but then meron na yata pero dinelay pa nila kasi But I'm hoping that they're gonna release it online. I wanna watch that one.
Okay,
anyway, yung The Office, it's really critically acclaimed, and it had second wave kasi it's a really old show. Before Steve Carell, before he even had 40-year-old Virgin, he started with The Office, and it was while he was taping it. Dun siya, that's when he started to become a big movie star. The first season, I would say, isn't that good.
Okay.
Like, it's kind of boring, and it's based on the UK version of The Office. Sila yung originally, si Ricky Gervais. They made The Office, and then the Americans parang kind of adapted it and made it their own. Then I was trying to watch it. Parang medyo nabobore ako eh. Kasi it's available in Netflix when you're in the States. We were there, diba? In Tito Jojo's place in Florida. And then I remember then I was talking to my friends about it. They said, just when you get past the first season, okay na yan. As in, the first season is kind of one of the boringest ones, which is ironic because it's a TV show. Usually, diba? Yung beginning is sobrang maganda, and then it kind of, my opinion, ganun yung Money Heist eh. Okay siya at first, but then the others are still okay, but they're just not as amazing as the first. Anyway,
so your question
I finished the first, kwento ko muna. I finished the first season. I went to the second, third, gumanda talaga. And dun ako na-hook sa mga season 2, season 3. So I would say the Sunk Cost Fallacy, we shouldn't always use it as an excuse na porket something isn't that good. Or if you can relate it to working out also. Syempre, the first, once you're not in the groove yet, pag hindi ka pa sanay, mabibiga pa yung muscles mo kasi di siya yung katawan mo, di siya sanay sa exercise na ganun ka-grabe, ganun ka-intense, or ganun ka-madagas. It doesn't always have to be, you don't have to go to the, baka Sunk Cost Fallacy just because you don't like something at first.
Yeah, so siguro one way to differentiate it is that kung gusto mo pa rin yung, halimbawa, if you were to redo things, would you still want that effect?
If you could go back in time.
So, for example, let's go back to the stock, you're already invested at 10 pesos in stock A. Tapos, 5 pesos na siya ngayon. Ganito yung tanong. Ito yung litmus test dyan. Ito yung acid test. If you didn't have that stock bought at 10 pesos, will you buy the stock now at 5 pesos?
Again, if you didn't.
Okay. Imagine yourself that you don't have that stock which you bought at 10 pesos. Now pa lang, you're going to decide whether you're going to buy it or not, and it's doing at 5 pesos. So, if you think that you would still want to buy that stock at the price of 5 pesos, then go
That would be one of the tests to see.
So, what it tries to do is, it tries to put the proper weight or tanggalin mo na sa decision-making mo yung resources na naipasok mo.
Nagawa mo
kasi sunk na yun wala ka nang magagawa doon. Hindi mo na yung may-retrieve.
But the challenge, I would say, there is to take out yourself from that situation. Gets ko.
So, diba? And you know what is even more important siguro that we discuss itong sunk cost fallacy are the relationships that we're in. For example, boyfriend-girlfriend, marriage, no? Para bang just because nakipag-on ka na, ano ba tawag niyo dyan?
Or I think the fact that you spend so much time
na kasi for 5 years eh. Pero girl, is this guy really gonna marry you? Diba? Parang ganon. So, ang iisipin mo ngayon, kung wala yung 5 years, papasukin mo pa ba yung relationship na yan? Ganon.
Okay. So, that makes, parang that's a clearer picture for me compared to the stock. Kasi yung stock, let's say, pwede naman tumaas pa rin eh.
Ay, hindi. Yun yung point ko sa'yo eh. Huwag mong isipin yung pinanggalingan. Don't think about the 10 pesos.
Think of where it is at the moment.
Think of the 5 pesos and will it really go up? Is it a good company? Is this really a company that you'd like to be a shareholder of? Yung ganong time.
Okay.
So that's how it works. So, di ba, sometimes din, nakikita mo yan sa mga courses. Yung mga, I don't know, maybe you have friends who had to take up medicine or law just because they belong to such and such
Yeah,
families.
yeah, okay.
Diba? And then, parang after so many years, itutuloy na lang nila just because nakapagpasok na sila na so many years.
I know that story is a very common story, but personally, I don't have any friends who
did that.
Yeah,
Kasi
the
mas
ones
mababait na parents ngayon masyado
the ones in the medical field, my friends now who are med students,
They really like it.
hindi naman they really like it. Parang they're okay. They're okay with the decision. Wala akong nakikitang parang this is just because my parents want. There are
Kasi
some
nga,
na
babait
it's
na namin.
there's some na it's a factor, but parang that sort of adds to why they want. Parang okay, I'm gonna do this.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Na they want to do it because their parents also wanted to do it. As long as hindi naman sila enough of force. I
Ako
would say
meron
that's
ako
important.
kasing story, But actually, he's not my personal friend. Friend of a friend. So, he had to take up medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi yun talagang pinipilit ng parents. Matalino rin siya. So, was able to survive it. But, when he got daw his diploma, ayan, ginanon lang daw niya sa parents niya. And
Wait,
he
what does
never
that mean?
practiced.
What does it mean?
Ito
Binigay
na
ka?
yung ano nyo.
Does he did something else?
Yeah.
What's
Diba
he doing
how sad?
now?
I don't know na eh. Basta yun yung kwento.
Still studying.
Na para bang nakakalungkot pag minsan, nasobrahan na siya ng sunk cost. But then, I think he ended up not practicing.
Okay.
So,
Sayang
yun
the time though. Oo.
Yeah.
And the money.
So, for both the parents and the child. So, anyway, so what we should do here is to really balance. No? We should not overdo using sunk cost fallacy as an excuse for being very flaky about things. Yan ang problema ngayon, di ba? Yung parang, wala na, I do not feel the passion anymore.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's good to be aware of this, but then we don't. Yeah, we have to know that the balance. There's supposed to be a balance, syempre. There's supposed to be a balance with this idea, this concept.
Yeah, so there is such a thing as sunk cost fallacy versus perseverance and tenacity.
Tenacity. Oh, that's nice. It rhymes eh. Sunk cost fallacy versus tenacity.
So,
yun yung sinasabi ko kanina.
Yeah, so when you're, para bang if you feel like you're there and you don't know, tanungin mo na yung sarili mo, why am I doing this again? Diba? What is it for? So, if your reason is that, sayang naman kasi, I put in so much time and money, etc., etc.
That shouldn't be the main.
That should not. You should not overweigh that part. Yun.
Okay, so I hope that you guys are making the most nga, for those who can, diba, make the most out of your time. And that doesn't 100% necessarily mean doing things that you would be doing before this quarantine. You have to be super productive with everything. Use your time meaningfully, mindfully, diba? For those people na they have work from home, fortunate enough to have work from home, that is work from home. That's not your life. That's just because you can work at home doesn't mean that is your whole life na at home during this quarantine.
So there you go. I hope you learned something and you'll be able to apply it. Remember, the sunk cost is already sunk. It is not retrievable anymore. What's important is for you to really look forward and really think about it. Is it still worth putting in more, investing more of your time, effort?
Yeah, and it's not just a financial
in
term.
everything.
In everything
that we
in your
do.
life.
Kasi yung time nga, yun ang pinaka-important resource dito. Okay.
Alright, so thank you guys again for listening to this episode of
Mom and Son Podcast. This has been Rose Fres Fausto, the mom, also known as FQ Mom.
And Anton Fausto the son. Bye guys!
Bye!
The Mom and Son Podcast airs every Tuesday, 7 a.m. and can be streamed on Spotify, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, Buzzsprout.com, and YouTube. Just search Mom and Son Podcast for your weekly dose of family, finance, passions, and everything in between. Leave a comment so other listeners may find this podcast. If you have any questions or suggested topics, email us at antonfausto@gmail.com.